11-year-old in here, I decided I was now big enough and knew all about the gardening I need to know, and applied for my first plot. And that was in the 1950s, when this allotment was predominantly male, but it was totally male. And they were all guys in their late 60s or early 60s who retired, all tall 6'6" blokes who gardened in suits. And there was this little whippersnapper in short trousers applying for a plot. And these guys took me under their wings, and within 2 years, I'd amassed 1,000 years of gardening information on a little sponge. These guys would pass everything on to me because they could see it. I was very keen and really had this in me, and I wanted a garden. Sometimes people look a bit sideways at me and think, I know that voice, where's it from? And every now and again someone will say, are you Terry Walton? I always say no.
No, don't know it.
Never heard of it. Who's he? When Jeremy Vine took over from Jimmy Young, he did a show on the allotment, and he was overwhelmed by the number of people who actually rang in. And I came home from my allotment where I spend most of my time, unfortunately, to my wife's demise. And she said, oh, Jeremy's done a program on the allotments today, and he wants to adopt allotments. Why don't you ring in? And I said, well, how can you garden on the radio? It's not possible to garden on the radio. Anyway, this is my sanctuary. I don't want nobody else intruding in my sanctuary. But my wife nagged, my boys nagged, so I sat at the computer and sent in what I thought was a humorous, off-putting email. Obviously didn't do the trick, because they selected me, and that was back in 2003, so it's been going on, this is my 13th year of broadcasting. Last 10 years it's changed. I think people began to accept that vegetables came in plastic bags from supermarkets, and they look pristine. If you walk around a supermarket, the eye-catching them, but then when they cooked them, there was never that depth of flavour. And people started trying things from allotments and thought, this tastes totally different. And again, you grow it knowing how it is grown. If you're organic, you're free of pesticides, you're free of chemical fertilizers, which have a long-term effect. Nobody realizes that they will. So you know that it's grown as you want to grow it. And the other advantage is you can grow what you enjoy in the largest quantities, and then try other things, because it's fun. Don't always turn anything down offhand. Say, I'm going to look for the seed catalogue, I'm going to try 1 or 2 items this year I've never grown before. Top 3 tips is, first of all, enjoy it, and never use the words hard work, because when they come into the equation, you are then mentally tuned out. So never, and at the end of the day, it's a hobby. You haven't got to do it in 24 hours. You do it at your leisure. And one big tip I always tell people who've taken on the first time, look back over your shoulder. Don't go on and on and on. Look back, because those weeds behind are creeping up again behind you. So keep walking back, keep the bit you done clean, and carry on with being fresh. Walk back, come back. Take your time, look behind you, and enjoy it.